Hey everybody, and welcome to the next edition of the Soccer Fitness Goals video blog. This week, the second leg of the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League took place, and so the topic of the blog for this week is going to be the play from one of the teams that won their semi-final first leg and second leg this week, which is Juventus, and of course now they've progressed to the final to play against Real Madrid. So anybody who knows me knows that I've been a fan of AC Milan my entire life. And of course, AC Milan are rivals of Juventus. So I don't usually support Juventus. But as a soccer coach, as a soccer fitness coach, and even as a fan this year, I just can't say enough good things about the way Juventus has been playing, especially the way they've been playing in the Champions League. They have attacked and defended well in all different phases of play. They've been able to adapt their strategy and tactics depending on their opponent, and I think we saw that in the previous quarterfinal matches against Barcelona, where they had to defend a lot deeper and give up a lot more possession than they did against Monaco. But in either case, they outplayed their opponents. The defending and goalkeeping as a team has been excellent. I did a previous blog about the goalkeeping from Buffon. The attacking has also been very, very efficient. They've been able to score from counterattacks, from crosses, and in the last game, even some brilliant individual efforts like the one from Dani Alves. So they're going to be a handful for Real Madrid in the final for sure. Out of all of the exceptional play that we saw this past week in the second leg of the semifinal, though, for me, the standout performance was from center back Giorgio Chiellini. So Chiellini has been one of the best defenders in the world this year, and of course he's part of the defensive and goalkeeping unit from Juventus that shut out Barcelona over 2 matches in the quarterfinals, and also that held Monaco to only 1 goal over the 2 matches in the semifinals. So that's just 1 goal allowed over 4 matches in the UEFA Champions League quarter and semifinals over some tough opposition. So they've been excellent. And Chiellini played really well in the second leg semifinal against Monaco. What we're going to call up here are clips of 2 specific defensive plays that he made in this game, both of which involved interceptions of crosses that, had he not done them, would have easily resulted in goals for Monaco. So let's first have a look at the first one. As you can see, it's an outswinging cross, and Buffon, the Juventus goalkeeper, who normally judges crosses really well, seemed to have misjudged this one because he stepped out as if he was going to go get it, but then he realized that he probably wasn't going to be able to reach it, so he just held his position, and that left Chiellini pretty much alone to man-to-man mark the striker from Monaco. So some things to call attention to, and these are things that if you are a coach working with defenders, or if you're a defender yourself and want to learn a little bit more about the skill that's involved in man marking in the box, take a look at the distance that Chiellini keeps or maintains from the player that he's marking throughout the entire play. What you'll see is that even before the cross is made, and of course as it's made, and even while the ball is in the air, Chiellini is very close to his player that he's marking, close enough that he'd be able to touch him, and that there's a term for that called touch tight. And by being touch tight to the player that you're marking, you put yourself in a position that even if the ball is played extremely accurately, as it was in this case, accurately to the point where the striker could have easily have leapt to head the ball in, that you're close enough that you can challenge for it. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is the timing of the jump from Chiellini there to intercept that cross was perfect. He was in a position where, by jumping at the right time and being so close and touch tight to the player that he was marking, that he was able to intercept. And he did end up heading the ball out for a corner, as you can see, but that's still totally the right decision, because if he had headed it back towards the box or towards the field of play, he may have even given Monaco a chance to score off of a rebound. But again, because he was in that position, touch tight, and timed the jump perfectly, he was able to prevent a goal. So here's the second example, and it's another outswinging cross from the same side of the field. This time it was a lower cross that was bouncing, and again, Chiellini steps in to make a crucial interception. But this time, something else just to call your attention to, and specifically, again, for coaches that work with defenders or for young defenders that watch these games, Chiellini keeps himself goal side the entire time. And again, goal side would mean between the opponent and the goal. It may seem a little bit self-explanatory that you'd want a defender to do this all the time, but lesser skilled defenders often make mistakes with this, especially when crosses are coming in and when crosses are very well delivered, which was the case for both of the clips that we've seen here. A lot of the goals that are scored from crosses occur because the defender that's marking the scoring player was not touch tight and was not goal side. By being touch tight and by being goal side, as you can see here, even when the cross is delivered perfectly, you are an obstacle between the player and the goal, and you're able to make an interception. So Chiellini prevented Monaco from scoring 2 goals, which would have easily allowed them to get themselves back in the game and potentially even to win the game and to progress into the final. Coaches that work with defenders and younger defenders that are watching this, really pay attention to the way a center back like Chiellini is so disciplined and so on top of his game throughout the entire 90 minutes. It's the players like that that are consistent, that make less mistakes, that are more successful, and the teams that have those kinds of players are also more successful. So that's it for the Soccer Fitness Goals video blog this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel by clicking the link below me if you haven't already done so. You can also click on the other link below me to download the Soccer Fitness Goals mobile fitness app. That's our app which provides soccer-specific, customized, at-home fitness programs. We'll see you next week, and until then, keep reaching your soccer fitness goals.